It is that joyous time of year again as we get closer and closer to the best parts of the fall, the best part of football season, and that is the tailgates. It is cocktailgating. It is going on. We're excited about it. We're excited to be bringing you another season of this, from college football to pro football to everything in between. And we always like to sprinkle in those good fall get-togethers too, even if it's not revolving around football. And we're kicking things off. Really excited about this one because I've got Dean Cerneals, who is a traveling, and you can't see me on the radio, I'm gonna air quote mixologist, right, Dean? Because that
absolutely.
You are, well, you dabble in mixology, but we can set the record straight on that, right?
You know, I'm one of the more, I guess, truest coining the term mixologist. That's all I do. I make drinks for a living, right?
Yeah.
I hardly even tend bar anymore, so I am technically a mixologist. But as I was saying, we like to poke a little fun at my brother in there and say mixologists are bartenders with business cards sometimes. But there is a true craft to it.
Yes.
So, you know.
Even as you were prepping today, you still had a little bit of the bottle twirl going on,
yeah,
a little bit of the flipping going on. So there's some presentation just in kind of a casual environment here with
right.
not a big audience right now.
Well, the bottle flipping, shaker spin, and glass tossing is all part of my heritage. I started bartending when Tom Cruise hit the big time in cocktail back in 1988. Yeah, 30 something years ago.
Was that like film review too? Did you have to like slow it down when he's going through the various bottle flips and whatnot, just to make sure you kind of had that mastered?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's where we started it, and I was bartending back then, so I'm actually now good friends with the guy who taught Tom Cruise how to flip.
Really?
So it's kind of cool. Yeah.
So 1988, man, you've seen some things behind the bar.
I introduced myself by saying I've been behind bars for 30 years, and I would have gotten out on good behavior had there been any.
So that's not the bar you wanted to see, and that's Austin always appreciates a good dad joke. That's a good bartender joke right there.
There you go.
So that's good.
They're similar. Bartender jokes and dad jokes, very similar.
And who wants to be a part of the bar that there's actually good behavior, right? Nobody.
It depends on how long you're at the bar,
I guess
right?
That is true. It can start, very innocent, then it usually goes the other way.
Right.
So we are talking about, well, first of all, the best part about this is right now is typically we get into a certain brand, and a rep from that brand will talk about it, gives us great information about it, and we will talk about how you can apply that at your tailgate coming up this weekend. The good thing, and the real fortunate thing about having Dean here with us, is not only can he tell us how to best apply what we're going to be talking about, but I mean, this is coming straight from a guy who's been doing this for several decades when it comes to mixing these and how to best apply them at your tailgate. So we are talking about Master of Mixes, and we've got Bloody Mary, we've got Margarita as well. There's a big bucket of green Margarita just staring at me in the face right now. With all this stuff seems very, very tailgate friendly right now. So what do we got here? Yes, you're going to be the most popular person at your tailgate. You might even get free tickets to the game.
Hey, I guess you could, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that carry this big bucket around, and for your listeners, it's literally like a little bucket that you would carry to the beach and make sandcastles with. And inside of it is this big bag of margarita mix. There's real lime juice in here, and it's absolutely delicious. And I'm going to cut it open, trying to not cut my finger again this week.
I heard about that.
Longer story. Anyway, I'm just going to carefully pour this into the bucket. Our big bucket has a spout on it, which makes it super easy to serve.
You can hear that right now. That's literally being poured into this bucket.
96 ounces of cocktail. And some beautiful Milagro tequila with our distributors here. And you know what? I can't pour it out of this pour spout. There's plenty of room in here. I don't know if you can hear that sloshing and frothing of a whole bottle of tequila going into
You're going all in. I
bucket.
didn't know how much of the bottle you're using, but there's none of that bottle left.
Yeah, and there's still room in the bucket if I want to add some more, strawberry or blackberry or something, or raspberry. And then we just put the lid on the big bucket. There's a little spout here. If you can hear that popping up.
I heard it loud and clear.
Beautiful. We can freeze this thing.
Okay.
And in 8 hours, it'll come out as pretty solid, and you scrape it up and you mix it up, and it becomes this really cool slush that you can just slush and plop in a drink. Super easy to scoop with a spoon, or leave it as is. And we lift the big bucket up over top of some ice cubes,
It's like the Gatorade spout you get on the Gatorade bucket. Just to stay on the football theme right there.
There it is.
Look at that.
Big bucket margarita.
All
That's
right,
the
so
quickest, fastest
see,
margarita.
This is, God, I love Thursdays.
So imagine having this at your tailgate, right? Everybody's walking by saying, hey, you go, hey man, I got some house margaritas for you.
Did you put tequila in this? I mean, this is
I
like
did.
perfect.
It's perfectly balanced.
Oh, wow.
The only thing we do at this company is make cocktail mixers. You know, people have asked us to do bitters and ginger beers and whatever. We're like, nope. We're gonna stay in our lane and we're gonna make the best cocktail mixer we can.
Oh my gosh.
Big bucket comes in strawberry and mango. The mango big bucket is great with cinnamon whiskey.
Okay.
Absolutely delicious.
Cinnamon, okay.
whiskey. It's
This is
almost
really good.
devilish.
And I have no ice in this. This is not chilled at all. I mean, this is room temperature, and I mean, you could still drink this and be perfectly happy.
Right. And I could froth it up and shake it up and do all the mixology stuff to it if you want, but we don't need to because the cocktail mixes are designed in such a way that anybody can go home and make a restaurant quality cocktail just by simply adding a couple of the ingredients together because we take care of the quality of ingredients inside the bottles. You just bring your favorite spirit and we mix them up.
You made that look easy, and typically if you're doing this stuff with your experience, I'd say, yeah, you know, it's probably not that easy. That was easy. I can cut a bag open, I can pour it in a bucket and just add a bottle of tequila. I can do that. I feel pretty confident I can do that, and I can do it at a tailgate too.
Yeah, and you know what, if you're a vodka drinker, you can pour vodka in this bucket. It says big bucket margarita, but that margarita really just means lime.
Yeah.
So if I put vodka in there, that would become a kamikaze, or add some cranberry juice and it's a cosmopolitan.
All right.
If I want to put gin in there, it's kind of a version of a gimlet.
Yeah.
I can put rum in there and all of a sudden it's a big bucket daiquiri.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what we like to call versatile.
Versatile.
It's very versatile.
Yes.
So I also think of a lot of these 11 a.m. games that we get, especially for the Nebraska football games. We have plenty of those. You got to get into sometimes the early mood too, a little breakfast, and I don't think anything goes better with tailgate breakfast than a Bloody Mary. And I see we've got some very unique ways to create a good Bloody Mary, including something that you probably have at your house, but you might not actually use it for this when it comes to a seasoning.
Right. Oh, yes. Well, you know, I do have a favorite quote that I like to say. You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
That's true. That's
Right?
true. You got to start somewhere.
So I have a great Bloody Mary mix. We're going to get into it in a couple minutes, but the secret ingredient, I brought it all the way in from Canada, Montreal steak spice.
Which I put on my burgers.
You put it on your
Put it on my
burgers, you
steaks.
sprinkle it on your steaks a little bit.
Yep.
I use it on the rim of my glasses.
That is
All right.
That is genius.
So I've got some Montreal steak spice on the rim. I just use some of the Bloody Mary mix on the rim, and then I sprinkle the Montreal steak spice, so the Montreal or the mix kind of glues it to the glass, right? And then so I've got 3 here, one for Austin, your trusty producer, and here's some Absolute vodka. And as we were talking with the gentleman earlier, you don't have to use vodka.
Right.
It's bring your own spirit, right? The definition of a cocktail, going back to 1806, and any mustache twisting mixologist can tell you this, spirits of any kind, sugar, water, and bitters.
Yeah.
So, we don't make the spirits, but we do make the sugar, water, and bitter combination for any single cocktail that's out there. We've got a beautiful espresso mix that is also great in the morning. It's loaded with caffeine. It's got real coffee in it and sugar. Makes a really great breakfast cocktail as well. And then the Bloody Mary. So I'm pouring some vodka for you right now. The Bloody Maria would be pouring tequila in it.
Yep.
Of course, I'm out of tequila because it happens to be in this bucket.
I'd say, you know, Party was in here from Channel 94.1, and so he took a little bit of that off your hands, as he typically does. Now that we have the time slots that are a little closer to one another, we cross paths, and if there's alcohol being served, it doesn't matter how early. Party's going to be a fan, so I understand that. But we get the Bloody Mary, which looks delicious. And I'm really
trying to get some sound effects for you.
You're doing a great. I mean, your presentation, it's like you've done this before.
Once or twice today.
It's pretty fantastic.
So here we are,
so
an ounce and a bit of vodka. I'm just doing a little mix here. So this, our loaded Bloody Mary mix, Master of Mixes, loaded Bloody Mary, 5-pepper Bloody Mary, and we also have a classic if you want to add your own spices to it. All right, the loaded, there's cucumber puree in here. There's Worcestershire sauce and garlic and onion.
Right, by the way.
Worcestershire sauce.
My wife can't say it. She just can't say it.
So yeah, we've already pre-made it, so all you have to do is add the vodka. I roll it back and forth.
All right.
There we go. Drink number
With
2.
the Montreal steak seasoning as the rim.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And this 5 pepper, we've got 5 peppers in here, and I call this one unapologetically hot. You know?
Now, I like spice. When you say unapologetically hot, though.
Yeah, like just looking at this, when I open it, I start to sweat, right? That's my.
Is this one you want on a little more of the chillier day? Because if it's like, above 80 degrees, it's just going to add to the.
There's I got a pickle
Man,
and an olive for your garnish. You got to have that garnish on there.
This this is not hyperbole. Like with that seasoning too, with the combination of everything, that might be one of the easiest yet probably better Bloody Marys I've ever had.
Yeah, that Montreal steak spice takes it up over the top, and it's
so
already made. So 5 peppers in here.
It's making me hungry too.
It keeps getting hotter and hotter the more you taste it. So there's a really loyal group of people out there that love hot Bloody Marys.
Yeah.
Some other companies and even us back in the day, we were like, we'll make a hot Bloody Mary, but if you want to make it hotter, you can go ahead and make it hotter, right? And we're like, no, why don't we just make a really hot one?
Yeah.
And upset some people, right? So as many people as we pushed away because it was too hot, we felt that we've brought that many more people to us and more loyally to get this. And let's face it, in a home, a lot of times there's one person in the home that likes it really hot and the other person just likes a good Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
So the chance of you grabbing both now that you're a loyal fan is kind of what we're shooting for.
Yeah.
So
that is good. So we do have one more there.
Oh yes.
We've got the green bottle.
The green bottle.
So the green bottle has got a name that I don't think anybody's going to forget.
Right.
So what are we looking at here with this green bottle?
So to put this one in perspective, we sell products in 100 different countries. It's the largest cocktail mixer company in the world, and oftentimes the guys from Europe come over and say, hey, one of our top selling cocktails is, first of all, the espresso martini.
Okay.
Can you make it as an espresso mix? Sure thing. We did that. It's fantastic. Another very popular cocktail in Europe is the Pornstar martini.
And I'm not familiar with the Pornstar martini, so please explain.
Not the Pornstar martini that you're not in.
Well, yeah, I think former, we're all, familiar with that, right?
Yeah,
or at least we've told people we are.
And that was Pornstar with a P. That's right, folks. All right. So this is a Pornstar martini mix in the finest call. So it's more for bars and restaurants, but it is available in some of the stores around here as well. It's passion fruit. We're using real passion fruit from Vietnam. Mm-hmm. So we go over all of the fruit that we get comes from the world's finest growing regions. Because this is the only thing we do is make cocktail mix. So we go out of our way to make sure that it's the best. The real fruit, the real cane sugars. There's vanilla syrup in here, some Madagascar vanilla as well in here. And then all you have to do is add your favorite vodka, shake it up, strain it out. And then they also like to serve a little bit of Prosecco or champagne on the side of this particular cocktail.
That's one classic Pornstar.
Right. Well, aren't they all?
That was too easy. Come on. That was too easy.
Aren't they all?
It just keeps happening. Okay, I'm just gonna cut myself off right now.
Yeah.
So everything that we have talked about, again, and as I'm looking at these bottles, and I'm gonna get some pictures posted on the DJ's Dugout inbox, again on Twitter at NickESPN590. We'll get you a picture of all these bottles, all these great concoctions too, because everything is travel friendly, regardless of where your travels are taking you. And that's another great thing. And we'll get you a picture of this fantastic margarita. And so not only are these things going to be very tailgate friendly, you can keep cool, you can pack them away, but also the best part is you can find them those places here in the area as well.
Yes, we're available at Hy-Vee, where you can get all the Master of Mixes products, B&R, and then wine, beer, and spirits as well.
All right.
So great groups of people out there. We got to meet some of these guys yesterday and take them through our brands, and everybody's getting so super excited because it's so easy to use. And I poured you one of these. I want to be the first guy to present you with a Pornstar on the air.
Oh man! Hopefully,
maybe I'm the first guy. I don't know.
Yeah, this would be the first. But all right, how is this thing? Oh, that's good. Wow!
Right?
That is so good. So what's it?
All I did was pour vodka in it.
Just vodka in the little Pornstar mix.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's all I did. And I poured it over ice. you know, I could take my mixology skills
Yeah.
and shake it up and froth it up and maybe put some egg white in it and make it all nerdy, right? And double strain it out and geek out with all the other mixos out there trying to prove how cool I am. But if you just want to drink, you know, you come home, you got the kids to bed or whatever, and you just want to have a cocktail and sit down and chill out and watch Netflix,
Yeah.
this is it. Go check out the Master of Mixes section at your local Hy-Vee, B&R, wine, beer, and spirits,
Yep.
and you can make your own cocktails. We got you covered. ABM Cocktail Pro is an app that we have. It's a
Okay.
website/app, and on it you'll find 1,000+ different cocktails on
Okay.
there. All right. I created, photographed, and tasted every single one of those cocktails.
That's a long day.
Well, yeah, it was a weekend. But,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You got ahead of me on my joke there. I love it.
You know.
So mixologypro.com.
Okay.
And that's where all the recipes are. There's different videos on here. We've also got a YouTube channel.
Okay.
So if you haven't had enough of me already today, go to the YouTube channel, Master of Mixes YouTube, subscribe there, and there's 200+ videos. That was my COVID project, actually. I was stuck in my bar at the office. I've got a 26-foot bar in my office, and I went through every single one of our flavors of every single one of our brands, and I made 5 cocktails with every single one of them, and they're all posted on the YouTube channel. So if you need some inspiration, it's right there waiting for you.
I feel like I didn't do enough during COVID now. I mean, you made the best of your time during COVID, so.
I was trying to just make reasons to drink like everybody
Well,
else.
yeah, and I feel like we were all doing that. Dean, absolute pleasure. This is great. And again, I think the message is, even with your skills behind the bar, you do not have to have Dean's experience to be the star at your tailgate with the Master of Mixes. Just great products. And this is just 1, 2, 3 of a bunch that you can check out, which is fantastic. Safe travels, because I know that's what you do as well. And
on the road.
Yeah. Cheers, man.
Thank you very much for the time today. It was a great honor for us to get the call, and happy to meet you guys.
All right. We're back after this.